Transcending the boundaries of radio.
The perfect blend of nostalgic and that make you go.
The hits of the 90s and 2K. Today, 103.5.
All right, 5 o'clock exactly right now. Happy Friday, everyone. How are you doing? As I promised, we are talking to special guests today as we start this second hour on the show. We have Mr. Julman Uy, Sales Manager of GTO Trading Corporation. Hello, sir.
Hello. Good afternoon to everyone.
Good afternoon. And we also have Ms. Darlene Valenzona, Sales and Marketing Manager of Repsol Philippines.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon.
Wow, you have a very nice voice, both of you. You can be DJs here in K-Line. First and foremost, happy Friday, happy weekend. Thank you for taking some time out of your Friday, despite it being a very busy day, to be here with us and to talk more about how to take care of our vehicles. So, first of all, Sir Julman, when was GTO Trading founded?
GTO Trading was founded purposely to distribute Repsol products in the Philippines. So, co-terminus siya.
Nice.
It's been more than 10 years already.
Mm-hmm. It's been more than 10 years here in the Philippines. All right. And also, let me get back to GTO, being here in the Philippines. You started around 10 years, more than 10 years ago?
Yes.
And is that also the same time when you started to distribute Repsol lubricants here in the country? So around that time?
Yes.
And what are the Repsol lubricants available in the market?
So we have the entire line, starting from the motorcycle range. As you know, Repsol is very famous in the MotoGP. So if there's Formula One for cars, the MotoGP is the equivalent for motorcycles. So our top rider, Mark Marquez, is very famous. He's the top rider. He just came back from an injury, but he's our brand ambassador. And is the reason why Repsol motorcycle oils are very famous. But aside from that, we also have oils for vehicles, heavy-duty vehicles, and for industrial machineries.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
We have different variants here.
Yes.
We'll talk more about that, right?
Yes.
What makes it different from the other lubricant brands out there right now?
Okay. There is always a risk of lubricants becoming mere commodities. Okay, so like rice, parang kanin. So what's the difference? One of the primary difference, Repsol kasi is made in Europe. So they don't subcontract their manufacturing to other companies. There are oil companies kasi that will ask someone else to blend for them. So Repsol, to control quality, they make it themselves. So that's one factor. Second factor is I'm gonna go a little technical, okay?
Sure, sir.
So,
ang dami nating mga nakikinig ngayon in their vehicles.
Like an engine oil is primarily base oil and additive. Okay?
Base oil and additive.
Base oil and additive. So the additive content can range from as little as 5% to as much as 30%. Okay? Most companies, I would say 85% of the companies in the world selling oil will just buy from an additive company, blend it, and sell it to you.
Oh,
Okay.
I didn't know that.
But
Now I do.
Repsol, they have their own laboratory in Mostoles. I've been there. So they've invited me there. I've seen the facility. It's really very high-tech. They're working on engines 3 years into the future. So I've seen engines na hindi pa
Ganun sila ka-advance
Yes,
mag-isip.
yes.
Wow.
Because they need to develop the lubricants before the engines come out. Okay? So, they do not buy off the shelf. So, whatever additives they have in their oil, it's something that they make from scratch, considering what the manufacturer of the engine needs and wants. Okay? So, that's on the part of the additives. It's customized and it's heavily researched. It's not off the shelf. That's one big difference. And as for base oil, I don't know. I would like to inform the public also that Repsol is the biggest blender of synthetic base oil in Europe. So they have a partnership with SK, and they make very good base oils. And then I think the plant capacity in Cartagena is something like 500,000 metric tons. They can make something like that. So the base oil and the additive are all in-house, and so they can control the quality very strictly. So that's one of their very, very unique selling points.
It's a really good thing that you were there physically, right?
Yes, I saw it.
To witness everything. This is a first-hand information that
Yes.
we're getting
Yes.
from Mr. Julman. So that is really good to know for all of those who are also using Repsol, right?
Yes,
so
yes.
they're guaranteed na talagang sulit din yung binabayaran
Yes,
nila,
yes.
'di ba? Kasi top of the line, hindi kagaya ng sinabi niyo sir, hindi nila pinapagawa rin sa iba.
Yes,
It's
yes.
all them.
Oo.
All right, so we have different variants here, and you also mentioned synthetic earlier.
Yes.
Na banggit nyo rin yan kanina in your conversation off the air before we even started the interview. So
Yes.
can you tell us more about that as well, sir?
Okay. So you have a lot of different types of base oils. You start with they're classified into groups. There's group 1, group 2 until group 5. Group 1 is the most basic one. That's the mineral oil. That's not too clean. And then you have group 2, which is a more refined version of group 1. And then from group 3 above, those are considered synthetics. Okay? Synthetic oils, especially for the newer engines, they are the preferred base oil right now. For many reasons, primarily environmental. If you can use something longer, you have less waste. Okay? So, isa yon. Number 2, that our engines, due to environmental concerns also, they're becoming smaller, yet their output is the same. So, they're becoming hotter. They have higher compression. Kumbaga, you're asking more from less. And the only way to have a margin of protection is to have a better lubricant. Yan.
So you're saying, sir, na it's also totally safe to use synthetic, right?
Yes, yes. And from our market studies, most people are already educated and they are already looking for synthetics. But I have to warn the public then that because of this preference, there are a lot of, shall I say, bogus things out there. Yeah, they have to be careful. That's why if you're going to invest in a synthetic oil, might as well go with a global brand like Repsol.
I agree.
You know, why? Number 1, whatever they put in their bottle is true. For example, semi-synthetic. If I can make let's say juice, and I can put 1 drop of vitamin C, and I can tell people juice with vitamin C. So this is the same
Ang
also
ganda
for
ng analogy mo, sir.
Oh,
Yes,
this is also
for
the same
better
for
understanding.
semi-synthetic. They can have group 1 base oil. They just put a few drops of and then they can claim semi-synthetic. Okay, but in Europe there's a standard, and Repsol complies with that standard. So buy a better brand, and you can sleep better rather than risk for the difference of a few pesos and then you never know what you're getting. There are unscrupulous people now selling synthetic performance. That's not synthetic. They're just saying that
It's just marketing, right?
it's
Synthetic
a
performance.
loophole. Synthetic performance.
Yes.
But it's not synthetic or synthetic
Technology.
blended or synthetic technology, something like that.
They can
No.
come up with all of these terms and make it sound fancy,
Yes,
but it
yes,
doesn't really
yes.
work the same way,
Yes,
right?
yes. So you have to be careful. So stick with the known brands.
All right. So, you know what? We still have to know more about these variants because we have different colored bottles over here, and we'll talk more to Mr. Julman and Miss Darlene, but we need to play a song
Okay.
first. Here's a song now being brought to you by Fuji Denso, where you get reliable, durable, and energy efficient appliances. Here's Gabrielle and Dreams, only here on K-Light.
They can come true.
All the time, that is us, ladies and gentlemen. That's Gabrielle and Dream Song brought to you by Fuji Denso, where you get reliable, durable, and energy-efficient appliances. It is now exactly 5:14 in the afternoon. If you just tuned in, welcome to the show, the second hour of it. We are talking to Mr. Julman Uy, Sales Manager of GTO Trading Corporation, and Ms. Darlene Valenzana, Sales and Marketing Manager of Repsol Philippines. I am learning so much this afternoon, even off the air. We were still chatting about lubricants and how important it is to know the difference between the products that you buy and are available in the market. And so, Ms. Darlene, let's talk about all of these variants that we have here. Let's start here first with the orange bottles.
Yeah, so actually, Miss JB, Repsol, they're very clever because they segmentize the products really well. And then they started with the coloring of the packaging. So we have the orange ones for the motorcycle lines. Actually, when you're outside just driving by motor shops, you will see, oh, there's Repsol because of its striking orange color, right? And then for this one, we have the blue ones and then the silver ones for the passenger car range. And then the black one is for the heavy-duty vehicles. And then the gray ones, we also have this for the transmission oil. So we have for manual transmission, for CVT or the automatic transmission, because apparently there are so many transmission or gearboxes
Yes.
available.
Wow.
Yes.
So they have to be careful about that also. Manual transmission oils with limited slip differential,
Yes.
automatic transmission. There's a lot of different types.
Yes.
The low viscosity automatic transmission oils, the CVT, the DCT, dual clutch. So
Ang dami pala namin kailangan
marami.
alamin.
So much more.
Oo.
Yeah.
Parang sometimes I get this question about the logo, the Repsol logo.
Yes, let's talk about that.
So
Since you
lang
mentioned
to,
it, sir.
parang trivia. The Repsol logo is orange and then white and then red at the bottom. This came about because when they were racing in the desert in the Paris-Dakar race, it was sunset and some photographer caught the image
Oh,
na
nice.
the sun coming down and then the horizon, yung
like a
desert
mirage.
horizon parang may mirage.
Yes.
And then that became the logo.
Yeah.
Yun.
Now we know.
Oh.
Thank you for that trivia.
Oh.
We can share that over dinner later on. Diba? Uy, alam mo ba bakit ganun yung logo ng Repsol,
Oh.
right? So itong
So it's a very interesting.
Yeah. So itong mga ibang gray bottles na nandito, pareho din siya ng mga nandyan sa tabi mo, Miss Darlene?
No, it's
Iba
different.
pa?
Yeah, it's different. Because for the passenger car oils, we have several categories. Like we have for... because there is this misconception for Repsol that it's very pricey. So we thought of bringing in more affordable products. So we categorize them by prices as well as their formulation. So we have like on the other side the Leader Super or Leader C2C3 rather 5W30. That's our most affordable fully synthetic for the diesel and gas engines. Okay, so this one, the bluer one, this is more pricey, the Elite Multivalvulas. So there's this so if you're in the store, you will notice, okay, this one, because this one is more, simpler formulation, and this one is more complex formulation.
But as you said earlier, because Repsol is so smart, ginawa
Yeah.
na nila ng parang color coding,
Oo.
di ba?
Yes, yes.
And then malalaman mo na rin kung depende sa kulay, ano din yung magiging presyo niya or yung price
Oo,
range
yes,
niya.
Yes.
Amazing. So for those who are watching on Facebook, YouTube, and our website, even on Planet Cable Channel 3, you can go back to this later on, review it, diba? Kasi ang dami palang iba-ibang klase na hindi mo pwedeng gamitin for another car kasi meron for
Yes.
manual, meron for,
Oo.
diba, automatic, iba-iba pa, kagaya ng sinabi mo, sir, kanina.
Oo,
diba?
even viscosities. So viscosity is how thick or thin the oil is. Okay? In the last few years, the popular viscosities, when I started selling oil, the popular viscosity was 20W50 and straight 40. And then after a while, it became 1540, then 1040. And now the popular grades are usually 5W30 and 10W30.
Yes.
And it's becoming thinner and thinner.
0W20.
0W16, like that's super thin na.
You really
But-
have to know your oil.
Oh,
for your
but
engine.
starting from 5W20 down, you have to be careful because not all engines can use that. But the 530, 1030, 1040, 2050, almost everyone can use it.
So, sir, in a nutshell, how important is engine lubrication for your car or your motorcycle?
Oh, it's the only barrier you have between big expense and maintaining your car for a long time. Any decent mechanic will tell you, use what your car recommends. So when you buy a car, the first thing you do is read the manual.
Huwag niyong isi-skip yun, guys.
Oo.
Huwag niyong sabihin
Kasi
na alam ko na yan.
When most people kasi when they get their first car or their new car, papa accessorize agad.
Yeah, they're so excited.
So what you do, you go to your favorite coffee shop and then you read first your manual and see what your car needs. And then after you see what your car needs, then you see which Repsol product you can apply to that need.
Parang ano lang yan, sir, no? Parang sa tao lang. For our health, dapat intindihin muna natin what we need in the inside before we take care of our aesthetic, di ba? Yung panglabas natin. Kailangan talaga yung sa loob mas
Well-maintained.
Yeah, mas aalagaan mo, di ba?
Yes.
And i-maintain mo. So, if we have an automatic SUV, what would be the best Repsol product to use?
If it's a diesel SUV, we recommend the 5W30 C2, C3, which is for common rail. Tama? Yun siya,
Yeah,
no?
can be. But we have a specific for common rail or for CRDI, which is the Cosmos A3B4.
Oh.
Yeah. Actually, the naming of Repsol is very European because
Very
we
European.
adhere to the ASEA rating.
ASEA standard.
The audience can Google it later.
Yes, and again, since we are live on Facebook and on YouTube, you can just pause the play button again and again so you can
Yeah.
review all of the products right here. Is Repsol available for dealership?
Yes. So we welcome inquiries. We want especially to reach out to service centers. You know, market studies show that the Philippines is mainly a do-it-for-me market. Yung simpleng paghugas natin ng sasakyan, ibang tao gumagawa for
Correct.
us, di ba? So, maintenance ng sasakyan natin is ganun din. We really want to reach out to the different service centers to introduce them to our products because using our products is halfway to guaranteeing the quality of your workmanship. Diba? Parts, correct diagnosis, correct parts, and then correct lubricants. And then you don't get problems. Diba?
That's
Yun.
right. So how do they get in touch with you if they want to be a dealer for Repsol?
So, they
They can
Google
message,
it.
they can message us via Team Repsol Philippines Facebook page.
Team Repsol Philippines.
Yes, or
Okay.
our GTO Trading Philippine Facebook is GTO Portal Philippines. So they can reach we handle those accounts directly.
All right. So it's very easy. Again, Team Repsol Philippines on Facebook. You can message them and maybe ask them more questions kung may mga hindi kayo naintindihan kanina. But we learned so much today.
Yes.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much for being here on the show. Anyone else you want to greet probably or last few messages to our listeners?
Basically, if they want to achieve a champion performance for their vehicles, whether it's a motorcycle, car, use Repsol. You can never go wrong with Repsol. And then, Happy Father's Day. Advance Happy Father's Day to
Oh,
all.
happy Father's Day. Mr. Julman,
Thank
you
you.
said that you're a dad. So happy Father's Day. Thank you again, Mr. Julman Uy, Sales Manager of GTO Trading Corporation, and Ms. Darlene Valenzona, Sales and Marketing Manager of Repsol Philippines. What is the song that you want me to play for you this Friday?
Yung sa ka-age ko, Miss JB, Justin Bieber.
Hindi tayo lalayo sa 90s. All right.
Yes, yes.
Thank you so much. Here's Justin Bieber now and Beauty and the Beat only here on 103.5 K-Light.